The Black Excellence Tournament continues as it is the 70s Stars versus the Stars of the 2010s, represented by the LA Angels and the Oakland Athletics. On the mound for said 2010s team, it is David Price, 2012 Cy Young Award winner. He's got some nasty stuff, being as this is based off the attributes from the year in which he won the Cy Young. And the first guy he'll face is Willie Randolph, who will swing and miss at a curveball pretty much in the dirt for the first out of the ballgame. Maury Wills, I forget what year he won the MVP. It'll probably come up at some point. 1960, 62. Grounded to Josh Harrison playing third, throw it over to Prince Fielder playing first. That'll be the second out of the inning. All right, Earl Williams, you see at the bottom of the lineup, NL Rookie of the Year in 71. Enos Cabell, third baseman, played 14 years of baseball for multiple teams. And here is the man on the mound. It is Fergie Jenkins, 7 20-plus win seasons, third most 20-plus win seasons since integration in 1945. Brandon Phillips leading off the ball game, 3-time All-Star, 4-time Gold Glover. I thought he was going to bloop one to left. But George Foster with the sliding, diving attempt. Hey, what do you know? We got technology to see that nowadays, unlike back when he played. Great efficiency, great distance covered, able to make the sliding catch. That skill, that takes a long time to get right. Next up is Andrew McCutchen. He is going to be frozen by a two-seamer down the zone. He'll be the second batter out. And Tim Anderson is going to be next. Swings at a curveball, hits it to the gap. It doesn't quite get to the wall, so he'll only end up with a single before the ball gets relayed back to the infield. Matt Kemp, ground ball past first base, and he'll roll all the way to right field. It's back-to-back hits with 2 outs. Curtis Granderson follows him. He's going to hit this one to left, and Foster fumbles over himself as it rolls all the way to the wall and caroms back. 2 runs are going to score. He'll end up on second. They jump onto an early 2-0 lead. Take a look at that once more, and yeah, it was just slicing away from him the entire time, so he wasn't able to get to it as the start of the second inning begins with a long ball to right, and it is Frank Robbins who was just able to get that out of here. His first home run of the tournament. And believe me, he is probably their most dangerous hitter, considering he is the only player in MLB history to win the MVP in both the American League and the National League. A lot of that's due to the fact the Reds thought he was old and washed up by the age of 30. Ended up winning the MVP a couple seasons later. George Foster, despite the defense, he'll strike out in this one, and it'll be a pop-up to the catcher. That is Russell Martin. I swear to you, it was almost impossible to find a catcher who fit the mold of this here tournament. I was able to find one. I don't know how. I think I just happened to remember. Anywho, Jason Heyward, unfortunately, is going to strike out to start out the bottom of the second. Russell Martin is going to be walked, though. Fergie Jenkins losing a little bit of control there, but there are 2 outs, so does have a bit of an advantage. Strike there, throw to second, tag out Russell Martin, probably one of the few catchers who have ever stolen like more than 20 bases in the season. Just doesn't succeed. And Andrew McCutchen is going to end up walking. So Tim Anderson will probably be able to move him over. He's not going to be able to do so. Slider in the dirt and away. That means Matt Kemp will have an opportunity. 1-for-1 thus far. Sure, he'd like to move the runner around. And this one's going to be hit to right field. No man's land, diving attempt by Joe Morgan. No, sorry, that is Willie Randolph. Joe Morgan's not playing in this one yet. Next up is Curtis Granderson yet again. He's got 2 runners on. And, that wasn't a strike. That was real close. So now the bases are loaded for Josh Harrison. McCutchen, Kemp, and Granderson on the base paths. They're all outfielders, which is, ironic. And here's Harrison's attempt at driving him in. Ground ball to short, and he'll go the short way to end the inning. Enos Cabell, bottom of the line, will have a runner at first. And curveball in the dirt, thrown to second. That is going to be an easy stolen base for Foster. I believe that's Foster. Willie Randolph. Chopper to second. And it'll be thrown out. But both runners will move up in the process. Maury Wills looks to tie this ball game up. 91st pitch from Price. It is hit right at Tim Anderson. They'll squander an opportunity, leaving two on base. Reggie Jackson, Mr. October. This is a tournament, so hey, he's got to come through with a hit. I would assume. Hit all the way to the wall. Why would you reach out so early for the ball you literally can't get? This is going to be a stand-up triple for Reggie Jackson. Something he really didn't do much of in his heyday. But hey, we'll take it. Willie Stargell can drive him in even without a successful hit. Oh, ball hit deep to right. And, oh, man, the wind just pulled that one away. 7.5 feet outside the pole. We'll see if he can capitalize on another opportunity, and he'll chop it to short. Tim Anderson, the ball kicks off his glove. Both runners will be safe. The ball game will be tied at 2. Stargell. Oh, yeah, get hype, bro. Listen, this is a fantasy tournament. You will never see these players ever play against one another at any point in time ever in history. And Frank Robinson works a walk, continuing what I would assume is still a perfect hitting game, 2 for 2, and a walk to his credit. George Foster, chopper to short, to second, back to first, a little high and off kilter, but fielder able to reach out and get it. So the lead runner will go to third. Ken Parker driving him in. He is 1 for 1, full count. And he is going to hit this to center field. And Kemp is going to make the catch on the warning track. Didn't get any raindrops in his eyes, so he'll push on. He will actually lead off the next half inning, followed by, ignore that, Curtis Granderson and Josh Harrison. My controller dies. I'm not playing any of this, so, sometimes my controller just passes out. Anyway. And Kemp will lead off with a single as Jenkins approaches 100 pitches in the ballgame. Granderson 1 for 1. And Jenkins, I think he's walked like 4 or 5 batters. This isn't good. I mean, it hasn't hurt them too much, but it's not good. Leaving 2 runners on, and they're going to change pitches and go to Eddie Solomon, who played for 6 teams over 10 seasons. Didn't last long in the leagues, but he wasn't bad by any means. But again, it is very difficult to find black players who were relief pitchers, catchers, middle infielders. We shall see. Anywho, it does not matter what I just said. As we're going to drive in 2 more runs off of Josh Harrison's bat. It is now 4-2. As the 2010 Stars get pretty hyped. And remember, they are up 1-0 in this series. Pitch and miss is just outside. Oh, man. 70s pitching is just not getting the job done hitting their corners, hence why they're leaving base runners on, giving the 2010s team an opportunity to score. Unfortunately, this Vulcan change is going to get hit to second. Get out of it without giving up, too much in the way. Oh boy, screwball master himself, Devin Williams. You would think he's a pitcher from another time because the way his screwball moves. Hell, the fact he throws a screwball is fairly impressive. And he's going to get a strikeout via the changeup here in the 7th. Cabell, another opportunity. Not going to be able to connect on the cutter. But Devin Williams comes with a nice repertoire of pitches. Fastballs, the screwball, as mentioned, a sinker, which allegedly looks about the same, and a changeup is going to be Willie Randolph's demise. So he swings and misses. The 2010s team leads it as we go into the 7th inning stretch, 4-2. 70s team is going to call on Cardell Camper, a man who literally only played 3 games of Major League Baseball. His ERA plus is decent, so he was a little above average in the 9 1/3 innings he pitched through across 3 games in 1977. He'll get the first out here in the 7th inning. Tim Anderson jammed a bit by a fastball. I mean, it's more like a changeup in today's age. That was only 87 miles an hour. As the former batting champ gets on safely, Matt Kemp, a perfect 3 for 3. And unfortunately, that is going to end via this plate appearance as he grounds into the 6-4-3 double play. And that 7th. We'll call on Michael Gibbons, a man who has played for a ton of teams. He was a part of Baltimore for a long time, but then the past couple seasons, he's kind of bounced around a bit. Teams have traded him either because they like the fact he's a good reliever arm or something. Not exactly sure at this point. He's going to give up a hit after following the first out here in the 8th inning, as the tying run is going to step to the plate. That is Frank Robinson, 2 for 2. He's going to lace this one into the gap. It is going to bounce all the way to the wall. Runner will score from first. Robinson is in safe despite 2 away. The 70s team looks to tie the ball game, if not take the lead, and George Foster is a good guy to go to, as you know what? Good for him to work the walk. Gibbons, get it together. You won't get the opportunity to do so, as they will call on LaTroy Hawkins, a man who pitched across 3 decades in his 20-year career. We'll face Dave Parker, who is going to be jammed by a fastball. It's going to be hit the left, and it's going to be caught. So unfortunately, Frank Robinson can only drive in 1 and not 2, despite his power problems. As we go to the 9th inning. Top of the 9th is Kenley Jansen time after Curtis Granderson hit a home run in the 8th. There was an illegal pitcher, so I'm just not going to show it. SDS messed up the roster because they forced you down 26, but I don't care about that. Nonetheless, Jansen gets the second strikeout back-to-back of Willie Randolph. 0 for 4. Looks to drop down a bunt. Harrison chasing it down. Doesn't go foul. Throws. Oh, it is offline. That means the tying run will come to the plate yet again with 2 away. As Maury Wills, full count, 0 for 4. Just get on base is all they ask for. Oh, man, it's going to be a chopper to short over to first. And the 2010s team will take a 2-0 lead in this tournament. You know what? It was good hitting, good patience by this team, and they were able to do what they needed to do to get past the 70s team, who are still a formidable team. Check out the rest of the playlist as you see above.